We can document, and we have all the tracking turned on to where we can see and research the data of when you've been accessing Blackboard, when was the last date and time, how much time you're spending on it, even your YouTube, your mashups, things through Blackboard as well, okay? Make sure you're watching and working ahead. So, if you come in the 7th week and you say, well, I've been working on stuff, you know, but I haven't seemed to get anything done at this point. And we look on Blackboard and we see that the last time you accessed Blackboard was the 2nd week of the term. You haven't watched anything else, you haven't read anything, that was your last login. We're definitely not going to be granting you an incomplete for this course, okay? If you're honest with us and straightforward, we may work with you some, but what we don't want to do is have this stuff put off. At that point, you need to be dropping the course before the end of the 7th week, retaking it next term so that we can make sure we understand the knowledge that we're hoping to gather out of that course, all right? All right. An I grade is not a substitution for a failing grade. What it means is it will allow you to go into the next term. For the most part on the MATC, you have till the end of the next term to be able to finish that course. Unless there's a certain circumstance, it's between you, the instructor of record. We have several different instructors of record throughout our program. Dan Holland, myself, and Bruce Emerson also teaches a few courses for us as well. Your contract needs to be between the instructor of record for that course and you. It may be you need to finish that course by the 3rd week of the next term, the 5th week, or it may go ahead and continue all the way till the end of next term, okay? Take that up on a case-by-case basis if it need be. Read through the repeat grade forgiveness policy, okay? Academic warnings, these are also, I want you to read through these on your own as well. Basically, say you drop below the 67% or you get below the 2.0 term GPA, placed on first academic warning. This time the students are strongly encouraged to meet with their advisor, make a better plan, let's understand what's going on, okay? If I'm your advisor, I get an email stating you've fallen into first academic warning, second academic warning, or so forth, okay? If you've gone past your first one, we're going to sit down during your next advising session, talk about what happened, how can we help you, how can we assist, do we need to back off some courses, or what, okay? Do we need to help maybe get some tutoring or some assistance in some of these courses to help you be more successful? Time we get to the second academic warning, we need to fill out a policy, we need to have a written plan in place, and we're going to have a much more distinct discussion, okay? Get down here into the third academic, then we're getting to the petition phase. It's where you need to start dealing with the academic affairs folks at the main campus, okay? Again, we're all here to try to help you succeed, but the one thing that's really important to understand is we will bend over backwards to do a lot of things for you folks, okay? We'll try and help to do a lot of things. However, we're not going to be a pushover. We're not going to give everything to you, okay? Some places and some programs in different parts of the world, that's the case. And you know, you may have heard it sometimes before that this program was easy or that program was easy. This person didn't have a case. Well, sometimes people come in and the standards go way up as well, okay? So do not expect what you heard in the past to be always applicable, okay? Make sure you talk to your instructors, so on and so forth. We will do everything we can, but we're not going to give it to you, okay? This is a college and it's a college degree. You need to be able to come out with the learning outcomes and learn something during the process of taking the courses in the program, okay? The committee has 3 options. Well, you can see here. I want you to read through the third academic. It's up to you to decide what we do, okay? Financial aid warnings. I'm going to talk about this just briefly, okay? So the main thing we want to take away here that I really want to emphasize is the 2.0 GPA and the cumulative completion rate of 66.67%. So if you're coming to us as a full-time student and you're taking 12 credits, okay? Say it's your first term of college, you've got 12 credits. Say you're going to drop your math class. Math class is 4 credits, okay? So out of that, you've got 8 other credits that you're taking of MATC or manufacturing courses, okay? You're already at a 1/3 advantage, right? So you are at a 66.67% completion rate at this point. If you drop one class, just dropping your math class, if you pass these, you're good. But you're already there. You're already at that financial aid status because you only have 12 credits to deal with. So this is very important in your first term, your first 2 weeks especially, okay? If this math course is super, super hard and there's no way that you're going to do that, then we need to have a talk and let's talk about it before you get any further, okay? If it's hard, it's okay to have things that are hard. You're going to work towards them and you pick it back up, especially in your first term if you've been out of school for a while. You know, it just takes a little bit to get there. But so, say for some reason you just feel that it's just too much, maybe you can drop to another course. Maybe we can fulfill it with different courses. It's really important to understand that if you drop these 4 credits, you're already at that 67%. First academic warning, you may not be able to continue on, okay? But if you need financial aid. So that's why I talked about this. Hopefully, when you went to Bobcat orientation, they talked about this as well. But it's really important to understand. Okay? All right. So, after I finish orientation, how do I know what classes I need to take? Well, this is kind of from an old system. But at this point, you've either sat down with an advisor, a CAP advisor, or one of us. And we should have already signed you up for the main courses that we want to take this first term. Okay? So we shouldn't be concerned about this. However, there are a few of them. Make sure if you don't have all you're not signed up for all the courses you need, come and talk to me as soon as we can. Send me an email and we'll start working through this. All right? Okay, so we're going to keep working through this. You can always find out what your grad tracks is, going through Bobcat web account, and we'll walk through a few of those things later on. Okay? I cannot show you them right now because if I go onto a grad tracks program, what it does is it shows me, it's going to show all of my students' information, and that's their personal information, which I cannot show you. So, as you get a chance, ask us. We'll get you signed into Bobcat web account. You can look up grad tracks, see what kind of programs you're in, see where you're going, and so forth. Okay. More than likely, they should have already walked you through some of that. But there are several different options. If you have questions, come talk to us. Again, this is I'm trying to streamline this video lecture, but you are responsible for reading through this material as well, okay? Above all, every term check in with your advisor and talk to them about how you're doing. Minor changes or major changes, they can work through your situation and help you come up with a solution that will work for you. In order to be cleared for registration for the next term, you'll be required to see your advisor anyway. So be proactive about coming and talking to us. Find out who your advisor is, whether it's Dan or myself, possibly somebody else in a different program. Come talk to us, let us know. This statement is so true, and I can't emphasize it enough. Take charge of your education, okay? And you'll probably hear me talk about this quite often throughout the program and our discussions, but imagine you had a lottery ticket, okay? You're going to be a winning lottery ticket. It's a mystery car. So you're going to be offered in this mystery car, it's a $10,000 car, okay? Or it's a $10,000 essentially a ticket. roughly what your college education is, basically, if you're in district, for just the credit courses. Just the credits, 100 credits at $93 a credit to $100 a credit, roughly. Roughly $10,000, okay? It's an AAS degree. Now there's books and everything else. We'll get into that later, okay? But we're just talking about, say it's a $10,000 car. Would you rather get a 1970-something Ford Pinto out of that mystery $10,000 ticket? Or would you rather get a brand new Cadillac Escalade that's worth $45,000 or $50,000 out of that $10,000 ticket? Most of us are going to look at it and say, well, we could sell it, even if we didn't want the Cadillac Escalade, we could sell it, it's a higher value, right? But your education's the same thing. You get out of it what you put into it. If you want to come in and you want to sneak under the radar and be, right there at that point, you're not fully invested into it, you're going to come out maybe with that Ford Pinto type education. Even you come through here, you're fully invested, you fully embrace all the opportunity that you're given, take advantage of it to the best of your ability. Is it going to be hard? Absolutely, it's going to be hard. Is everybody going to learn at a different pace? Absolutely. But you're still taking charge of your education, okay? And you come out of here, you want to come out of here with the Cadillac Escalade because it's going to help you get the better job, the faster advancements, everything else. We've got students coming out of here in this last year that are head fabricators for some very well-known companies around the area. Okay, within 1 year, and they're not even done with their certificates yet. They're still working through schooling, and they're already making really good wages. They took charge of their education. They just wanted to know more and more, be better and better, and got some really nice positions already. Okay, so it's not always the case, but hey, it happens sometimes. Okay, take charge of your education. Be proactive. We want the most for our buck, always. Okay, how does the MATC keep track of my time? While you're at the facility, you need to sign in your Blackboard account, check any emails and so forth, especially in the winter weather like this. I would be signing in to Blackboard before you left the house or before you came here, okay? We try to post everything on an MATC community webpage. I'll kind of show you where that's at later, but you need to be checking through Blackboard. It's the main way we communicate with you, Blackboard and email, all right? Okay, we don't have time to sit down and call 85 students and their phone numbers. I specifically don't. Just to look them up takes a lot of work, okay? Because I don't have full access to everything. So, be checking in, so forth. This is also one of those things that's up to you. Okay, these courses need to be done. Certain courses are going to require you to be done by the end of week 1 or week 2 or week 3. You need to be done with this section of the course, and I'll show you what you mean after a minute. I'll show you what I mean after a bit. Okay, sorry, I'm going a little fast through this. I apologize. So you need to make sure that you're getting your assignments done on a timely fashion. If you're more than 1 or 2 weeks out, we're going to start dropping and giving you grade reductions, say 10%, okay, for every week you're late, okay? That's just the way it is. It is a self-paced program, but we do have some strict guidelines in there to kind of help you keep on track, okay? Any questions about this? Come let us know. When can I attend the MATC? Okay. 3 terms out of the year, we are not open during the summer term. We're open fall, winter, and spring term. And when there's not bad weather. We're open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay? Clean up is 7:30 to 8-ish, or 7:30. We start to clean up so that we're done by 8 o'clock at night. So just right there alone, that's 11 hours a day, 4 days a week. That's 44 hours a week that you have complete access to get in here, okay? 44 hours a week. Now, some other courses say you're taking a 2-credit course, you have a scheduled, allotted time of, say, 2 hours in a week that you're going to meet. Only 2 hours worth of stuff. You can always do your homework at home too, right? Well, we have 44 hours every week for 10 weeks. That's 440 hours that we're open. We may close one afternoon early if we're going to host a community event, like say maybe a high school welding competition. We may shut down one early one afternoon. But other than that, 440 hours wide open for you during one single term. Okay, we're the most flexible open program in the entire college, so a lot of times this is completely up to you. But it also, one of the other problems that we find for beginning students is it takes a little bit on your end to make sure that you are maintaining good time management. Okay, if you have a 2-hour credit or you have a 2-credit class here, you need to be spending 2 hours a week, 2 days a week here. Okay, because some of it's going to be lecture, some of it's only going to be lab work. But we'll talk a little bit more about the credits and how they go from this point, or a little further on in the presentation here. Okay, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can come in and leave anytime you want during that time. Make sure you clean up, take care of your own mess, check into the labs and so forth. Okay. Let's continue on. So I want to make a note right here that this is this is outdated. I did not catch these. Many of the first year classes are taught using Amatrol e-learning content. This is not true. Most of our content now is taught on Blackboard. Okay. There's a few courses that you may have to get some access codes to. They're probably the first one you'll see for it would be like design processes, where you're working with 3D modeling and CAD work, and that would be through Solid Professor. Everything else should be through Blackboard and your actual textbooks. Okay. The Amatrol system is gone. You may see it occasionally pop up. We think we've cleared most of it out, but as I can see, here's one paragraph where it is not in there. Okay. So, as you're reading through this as well, it says, please note, quizzes may be taken at home on Blackboard. However, midterms and finals must be taken at the MATC. All midterms and finals have to be taken here. All quizzes need to be taken here. Most of them are, with the exception, I believe, of manufacturing 1, I believe most of them are paper quizzes, and they are all to be taken here. Okay. Open notes only. You'll be able to go through and look and see some of the other grading policies and so forth. Or, handwritten notes only. No computer-generated notes, things of that nature. Okay? Unless the course specifically states it. I believe we do have 1 or 2 courses where we have a lot of content in there. I believe fluid power, or the second one, industrial sensors, might be a Microsoft Word documented piece. The first year courses are mainly going to be all handwritten notes only. Your second year courses may have a hybrid of both some Word documents, computer generated notes, and some handwritten notes only. Okay? Okay. How do I know who my instructor is? Again, they have instructor record. You'll be able to look that up on your Bobcat account. Where are all my books and course materials? So each course, you'll be able to go through these. We're going to walk through Blackboard here after a bit, kind of help explain some of these a little better. Certain courses, everything's going to be on Blackboard, okay? Your packet, your syllabi, it's going to explain what the text is. Come ask us if not. We've tried to mainstream the majority of our program to where they can be done off of 2 books, okay? Either the Precision Machining Technology book or the Welding Principles and Practices book. So most of your machining course will come out of the machining book. All of the welding courses are using the welding books alone, okay? Especially for the first few weeks of class. Sometimes we don't have a chance to get our financial aid and get books purchased, so forth, or maybe you're only taking 1 course. So for example, if you're taking a 1-year welding certificate, you're only going to take 1 machining course. it's not really worth buying that one book for, right? Buying the book for the one course. So we do have some loaners that you can borrow. They stay here at the center. They don't go home with you or anything else. They stay here. You can read through them, take notes while you're here, but it saves you from having to purchase the textbook. If you're going to need it for more than one course, I would highly recommend you buying the book, getting the financial aid, because you can always come back and look through the book again in the future just to brush up on some things, okay? They're also really good books. They're just amazing books, okay? All right. Make sure that you print out your course packs, okay? Sometimes as you're doing this, your course pack may tell you, okay, you're going to take a quiz on chapter 3 or I need the materials for this. And if you walk in there and you ask Mike Perry or myself or someone, say, hey, I need this for plate test. Okay, which plate test, so forth. If you have your course pack with you, it makes it much easier for us to understand. You're like, I need this one. This is the documentation I need. This is the book I need, or this is the test I need. It makes it very easy for us to be able to pull it out, grab it, say, okay, here's what it is, get you the right one. Because occasionally we do have students that will take the wrong one multiple times. Okay? All right. How do I keep track of my coursework and know what to do next? Should be in your portfolio. I'm going to be walking through your grade sheets, things like that. So we're going to walk into Blackboard here after a bit. Okay? So, let me see here if it talks any more about this. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. Let me see what I can do. All right, continuing on. So here is Blackboard, okay? So what I want to do is just take a minute and kind of walk you through this. We're going to open up a course. What you're going to see is it's going to come up with a course list. Now you're not going to have all these courses that I do. Yours is only going to have 3 or 4 courses per term that you're taking them. You've got My COCC courses, e-learning, student resources, and then up under your name and your pull-down bar, you can access your courses as well, okay? So let's say, for example, we're working through this. You want to look up the term. First one I'm going to do is I'm going to